Welcome back to the channel, guys. We got quite a mess here. Over the winter, our pile fell over. Actually, it was a spring when it started thawing. Those little legs sink in. I don't really like these log racks, but I got a bunch of them from the minister, actually. He wanted to get rid of them. And I said, I'll take them all. They work good because they measure up the length really well. So I was thinking when I was selling some firewood that I'd put them over there, go ahead and stack my wood on it, and if somebody shows up to pick up the wood, because a lot of people like to pick them up versus delivery, because I want to charge for a delivery. And you know, they know to take rack 1, rack 2, whatever. They're all done. Then nobody's taking anything from anyone, and they can see honestly that they get 8 foot of wood. So, but they're falling over. We're doing camp wood. If you want to look at them, we got some real iffies in here. We got some beech that's a little rotty. See how they turn green a little. We got some birch here that's pretty nice stuff. I want to put that in the building. This here is a piece of pine that works good when it's dry and there's no sap, or camp wood. And then we got little pieces, and we want to get some camp wood. And when Dawson and I do the camp wood, we put in a couple smalls and then some big ones so they can get the fire started, and then they got a few big ones. And we only sell it right now for $3 a little bundle, and half the price, a little less than half the price of the convenience stores. And it gives them a fire for about 2 hours or whatever, good enough. So anyways, I want to pick through here, get the good stuff, get it put in the building. I'd like the stuff that's shorter, like there's some 12s, 14s in there. I'd like them gone to camp wood, and I'd like the 16s and the nicer stuff that's like up in there over in the building. And we got, how many here, Dawson? 1, 2, 3, almost 4. Well, it is 4. It all fell out. 4. We got 5 face cord here. A little more because that one's taller. And we got a bunch of junk in the carport here that we were going to have a garage sale. So I just want to get this cleaned out. And I want to take possibly and put the lift that's on the other side, put the lift in here because I want to keep the hoses out of the sun. Otherwise, I got to get a tarp on it. And then that's our project. And I want to get these taken down. And I thought about another project with this carport. And up here on the gutters, we got a lot of pollen out of the trees that come down. And I actually got a little tree growing in there. So I don't know if the gutter covers are going to stay or if I just use a filter at the end. But I want to pressure wash this. I want to get in here and do some work. And I can't even stand the ladder here. So let's get started on this. We're going to figure it out as we go. We're going to wrap some bundles. And when you're doing firewood, you want to handle it the least possible. So we might bring the dump trailer over, scoop it on that, take the whole thing over there and split it over there. Then we don't have all the wood chips in the little parking area. Over there, we can probably push them off once I get the wood chips done. But there is never a good way not to handle your firewood 7 times. But that's what the plan is. And here we are midsummer. And I want this stuff has been cut last year. So I want it in that building and dry so I can burn it this fall, this winter. So follow along.
Alright, we like to do a little game when we're doing firewood because we get kind of bored, but we want to do this. How many pieces do you guys think are in this bucket? This is a 5-foot tractor bucket, and Dad said it holds about a 30-yard. I put some in the back, so I kind of filled it up as much as I could, and it's about to the top, even with the top of the bucket there. So how many pieces do you guys think are in it? Place your answers in the comments, and we'll see who's the closest. We'll let you guys know after we count them all and stack them all up. Guys, so we got the splitter over here. We used the chain and lifted it right up with the tractor bucket. If you remember from a previous video, Dad welded this little guy onto the hedge there, so
But what happened,
we can
Dawson?
pick it up.
What happened? We returned this all the way, and it sat over there a month. That extended out, didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
The center
so-
of gravity when we had it all the way in was right there. So.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but
But,
I don't know why that creeped out. Maybe
Dad's gonna show you how
hot
easy it is
temperature.
to hook it up.
And the reason we gotta split some of this stuff up is we're selling our camp wood out. So this is just a return line. So I disconnect the backhoe. That's simple. On the return, plugs right in there. And I gotta get my arm in here. Can't, this downrigger's right in the way. Let me move over, boy.
All right, I just popped the hose on. Now Dad's doing the front line up there, and we got a little tornado warning on my phone, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But it is getting
hot and humid, isn't it?
it's getting pretty dark, so I don't know if we're gonna get rained
So
on
then
or
I
not.
disconnect this, and I plug it right in there. All done. Now, what I should do is ask my brother and we get a 1/2-inch hose extension, so that ideally we can have the tractor bucket right here in front of us. So when he splits, he can throw it right in and get it all nice and neat, so we can bundle it quickly. Because speed and labor. Because if we're selling for $3, we're not making any money.
Nope.
We're getting rid of stuff that I don't really want. If you look at this, there's a lot of pine. Some has gotten wet and rotten. So we're just gonna
Fire it up!
a few,
Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up!
and then we'll put it up to 1,200 RPM or so.
Yep.
Not too high. The higher you go, the faster it goes. And we pick them up by weight. And this, see how ugly this is? I don't want to stack this in my pile over there. But this is nice and light already, so this is good. So he's going to go through and cut the bigger ones. And he's going to pick them up by weight. And if they're pretty light, we're going to leave them alone. And then when this thing is about full, that's one $3 bundle. I don't want to split small. If they're rotten, we're not even going to use them. We'll probably end up torching some of this stuff. Because these are tops that broke off and fell down. Like that's going to break right there. So that's not any good. So we're going to make a separate pile of stuff. That's no good. And like this is pine, nice and light, so they can burn that instantly. And if you throw in a bark with it, this will start the fire quick, you know. Right, grab some, right where your feet are. And it's starting to rain, so we won't get very far. But as you saw, our pile fell over, and I gotta get this out of here. It's just ugly. I usually do it by March or so, and we're way behind this year. But this is why I don't worry about selling it for $3 because, you know, it's not like that. Turn that big end around, cut the big end, and they're gonna get wood that'll burn a couple hours, and that's their campfire. You know, make some s'mores or something. It's all right. You know, we won't use that stuff. But this one here, that's nice. Fine. Just grab or make your piles, you know. Grab the big ones. Let's put it up for camp wood. Like this, a little bit big and heavy. Cut that baby. Just little projects. We're gonna monkey with this. I don't know, 3 or 4 weeknights here and get this pile done. Get it off here because I got some projects for the carport I want to do. And there's too much stuff in there right now. So if we get rained out, we'll bundle them tomorrow, but I don't want them any smaller.
That's all right.
I don't want that any smaller. So we're gonna rig up. I'll probably do it out of metal, but we did a plastic barrel over there, but I want to do something maybe out of metal and like a nice round circle, like a little metal barrel. We gotta rig up something that works good for the campwood bundles, you know. Then we use a plastic wrap on it. Well, but we're not gonna give them rotten stuff. We're gonna pick through all this. And as you can see, it's underneath the roof line, so it's gotten wet a few times. I love it here in the wintertime because the wind and snow doesn't get in there, and that's where I park the tractor, so it always starts, you know, or usually always starts. Makes a good wind block. So we're gonna do this, finish this up here a little bit, and then call it quits. A short little video on cleaning up this wood mess here. The farther back in we go, that's nicer wood back there. And at the end of the season is where I had some tops in the woods, and that's what this stuff was. It was all crappy to begin with, so I want to get rid of it, and it's going right to camp wood. Thanks for watching. See you later.